Hey, what is going on everybody? It is Nolan, or the Optimistic Gamer here, and welcome back to All the Mods 9. I'm very excited for today's episode because we are doing some more building. We've only built one thing in this series so far, and that is our house, so I am very excited to build this. I've already planned it out in creative mode. I should probably say what we are building. We are building a structure to house our enchantment table. The reason for that, we have this netherite pickaxe, but we need to get some enchantments on that, as well as some of our other gear as well. We are 20 episodes into the series now. I think enchantments are long overdue. Now, this structure, as you probably saw from the thumbnail, follows a very magical looking, almost similar to our Ars Nouveau stuff, color palette. We are using a lot of purple and gold, and we are building it right here. We are going to start with the floor. That is actually going to be a checkered deep slate pattern, so we can pull out all of our cobbled deep slate, take it over to the mason table, and I guess that is not where we do that. We probably need a chisel. We are making the checkered deep slate tiles. Well, it is the mason's workbench. I have a suspicion though that we might need to use normal deep slate. Let's just go ahead and try this. If not, it could be polished. It is normal, so we should probably get a handful of that going in there. Probably about 3/4 of a stack. We don't need a whole lot. The floor is not very large. It's a relatively small footprint. Again, all it's going to do is house our enchantment table, which we can go ahead and craft right now. That way we have it, and then we don't have to worry about that. We need one more diamond, however, so I think we are going to have to venture down into the cave. As for our other blocks, we are working with a blue terracotta shingle, which comes from Quark, I think. Yes, it does, and we also have vertical slabs. We are going to use those to our advantage. We are also working with yellow wool, stairs, and slabs on the roof, some purple glass. Most of this stuff we will be able to craft out of our mystical agriculture essence. And lastly, we are decorating with some quartz pillars from it might also be the chipped mod. Let's have a look. It's not the standard quartz pillars, it's these ones right here. Quartz pillar walls from Macaw's Fences and Walls. Pretty basic to make, so it shouldn't be too demanding. The one thing that we are for sure short on is our vexing archwood. If we type that in, wait, no, not the vexing archwood, the flashing archwood. We do have 11 of that. We also have one flashing archwood sapling. We will go get that planted outside so that it can grow. And while we wait on that, I'm gonna go get some sleep. I did have to craft another 4K storage disk, and that is already filling up pretty quickly. It's almost time to graduate to the 16K storage disk, which requires 3 of those 4K storage parts. However that works. I'm not going to question the methods, but again, almost time to do that. So this is going to start right over here. I think our deep slate is probably ready by now, so let's pull that out of our redstone furnace, put that through the mason table, and we are crafting, again, the checkered deep slate tiles. These will give really nice contrast to the rest of the building. Again, we are building it roughly right here. I think we will maybe go with something like this. We are going to start with a 5x5 square, about like that, and then we will turn it into a circle. That way we give the building a more dynamic shape. And that was all of our deep slate. We need 1, 2, I think. Yeah, we will need 8 more. And while we wait on that, let's grab some bone meal so that we can speed up our tree a little bit. We will grab some extra bones just in case 5 isn't enough, but I guess we don't need any of it, and that will be plenty of wood for us to finish this building. We don't have that special axe that we were using last time. I haven't crafted a new one yet. I definitely do want to do that here pretty soon. I think it is a really convenient tool for us to have, but with our obsidian axe we can quickly chop down this tree. Nonetheless, we will get a lot of saplings from it, which is fantastic, and of course we will get a lot of source from this tree, or at least we have probably already gotten a lot of source from this tree after it matured. So that will yield about a stack of the flashing archwood, which again should be enough for us to get this into place. Now, not all of the walls are the flashing archwood, and actually I think I'm off with the count, maybe just a little bit here with our floor. Let's go ahead and finish up the floor before we work on the walls. That will make things a little bit easier to lay out. And I see what the issue is. We actually need a 7x7 square. That way we give ourselves room for the enchantment table on the inside, and so we can walk around it. But that is a very simple fix for us. There we go. So that is what the floor really looks like. Now we will go in and place in all of these pillars. These will go around in between all of the sort of in the corners, I guess, on these longer sides, and that will help to frame out the walls of the building. And these will all be 5 blocks tall from the floor. So something about like this. Our enchantment table will then go in the middle. We will have our books surrounding it, and we will have a lot of natural light. We will have a glass dome as the roof and windows on all 8 sides here. Even in the front, we will have a window above the door. So let's go ahead and work on the rest of the walls. Again, we are using those blue terracotta shingles, and in order to craft those, I think we place 2 blue terracotta side by side, or we can just make these terracotta shingles and dye them, but I think we will opt for this method. It will probably be a little bit easier. So we need to craft a bunch of blue terracotta. In order to do that, we just need some normal terracotta. And to make that, we need clay. To make clay, we need those clay balls. And to make those, it is water and dirt essence. We will make a few stacks of these and get them into the redstone furnace. While we wait on those, we will also make our blue dye, again with our dye essence. The mystical agriculture is really helping us out right now, so we can craft. We'll go ahead and craft 18. We have plenty of dye essence. It never hurts to have some extra for later projects. We will also need purple dye for the purple glass that we will be building with, and some yellow dye for the yellow glass. And then, of course, we will also need some glass that is made with fire essence and dirt essence to give us sand. We will get a couple of stacks of those. It seems like we are always running out of glass, and we will get that sand put through the redstone furnace once the clay is finished. We will also need some yellow wool. We do have lots of sheep essence right here, and to make wool, I believe it is 8 going around. We will need probably a half stack or so. We are primarily working with stairs and slabs, and we can go ahead and dye all of this. I think it's actually a 1-to-1 though. It is, so we are going to need a lot more yellow dye. Of course, we could always get sheep and dye them yellow, make a wool farm, but I still think the mystical agriculture farm is a little bit easier for us. Plus, we have all that dye essence, so we can just make some more. So there we go, we have our 36 yellow wool. We will need 4 blocks. We will also need 8 stairs, so we can craft those twice. There's 4 and 8. And then the rest of the wool can be turned into slabs. Perfect. And then we will use that to outline the roof. We also need some quartz as well. And we will just turn all of that into blocks. I think we might need more than 20 blocks, especially considering that we are making all of those pillars, and those use quite a bit of quartz for them. Although I do want to check the ratio on that, because we might actually get quite a bit out of it. Again, it's the quartz pillar walls. Okay, it is a 1-to-1, and we will need 3 quartz bricks and 2 quartz blocks. So that is pretty straightforward. Otherwise, we are using smooth quartz for the slabs going around the top. So once we craft enough of those pillars, we will want to make sure that we smelt some more of that quartz so that we can get our smooth quartz. Lots of different materials, all culminating for one build. And we need to kill that production because I just remembered we are not making bricks. Dang it. We need to make the clay blocks and smelt those instead. I forgot about that. I always do that. Anytime I'm playing modded Minecraft and I'm working with that essence, I always forget to do that instead. But that's okay, we will just make some more clay here. No big deal. We would have been done with that though by now. That would have been nice, but that's okay. We are not in any kind of hurry today. So we already have 13 terracotta. We can throw that into our crafting grid and surround a blue dye with that. And that will give us our first 8 blue terracotta. With this, 2 right next to each other will give us those shingles. We can go ahead and craft 8 of those for now and step outside and start to place these down so you can see exactly what the plan is. So we are going to place these on these diagonal sides, 2 like that. Here in the front, of course, we are leaving a gap for the door, but normally those would go all the way across. And this floor right here will actually get replaced with the blue terracotta as well. Same thing right here, and we will want these pillars to go all the way down through the dirt. We don't want that dirt exposed, otherwise it looks like the building is not as supported as it should be. Same thing right here. We're going to go ahead and remove those floors. The terracotta shingles will go all the way down to the dirt. So once we have enough of those, we will go all the way around and fill in all of those walls. We will make a few stairs to outline those windows, and the vertical slabs will be placed right here on these 2 sides. We will put some glass panes in between them and get some nice windows here on the diagonal. It will work out quite nicely for us. I'm wondering if we should craft a second redstone furnace at this point. We do have an induction smelter. Is that going to be of any help? I don't think it is. And of course we have this iron furnace right over here. I guess it couldn't hurt to get something going in there just so we can multitask. So let's craft a few more of those shingle blocks now. And we can take these out and at least get done with the first couple rows out here. So we will fill in from the ground going all the way up just to get that area complete. And then here on these sides, we will leave a gap in between so that we can put an upside down stair, again, just so we can outline those windows. And then we will extend these pillars going all the way up. Again, we are skipping those sides because we are going to do vertical slabs for those, but everything else will just go up as per usual. I'm trying to remember, I think we do actually need to take this up one more layer. We're going to need a little bit, oh wait, never mind, we have plenty. But I do think we need to go up one more layer all around. So now I want to go ahead and make those vertical slabs just so you can see what those look like. I think it is really fun to have those, and I'm assuming we just place them, well, how do we do this? Stand by. Ah, I see. We need to place 3 slabs, so we will craft our slabs first and then put them in a vertical row just like that. Now when we take these out here, we can place these on these sides just like that, and it will give us a great outline for a window right in between. So these will be 3 blocks tall, and then on top of those we will have a couple more full blocks, and then we will need to do a full block at the top and the bottom because we will place our glass panes right in between, and they will actually connect to the vertical slabs, which I think is really, really cool. So we get those very nice looking windows here on the sides. So we will need 12 more of those to complete the other 2 sides, and then we will need 8 stairs for outlining the rest of the windows. There we go, and then everything else is blocks that we can use for the rest of the walls. So we will have an upside down stair over the door, and then a right side up stair just like that. And then the blocks will go all the way around the rest of the top. We are just going to repeat that on all sides until we have all of our finished walls. And we are just a couple terracotta short, but generally speaking, you can see the entire outline of this. I love those vertical slabs again. I think it's so cool that we can get those windows on that diagonal plane. So we are just going to get a couple more terracotta to finish the walls up, and then I think we can go ahead and fill in the windows now. These windows going around here are going to be yellow glass to give contrast with the purple, and then we will do a yellow outline on the roof and purple glass, sort of that opposite look. So I think 24 panes should be enough to fill all of these in, and you will be able to see how these connect with those vertical slabs. They almost look seamless in my opinion. They just fit right in. And we will have 2 glass panes to spare. So we are moving right along with this. And there we go. All of the walls are finished up now. So all that we have left is the roof and a little bit of detailing again with those quartz pillars that will be placed adjacent to these logs here on the sides. We can go ahead and set those up real quick, since we won't need the smooth quartz for that, just the standard quartz. But we will need those quartz bricks, so we will make a handful of those. It will be 3 of those across the top and 2 on the bottom of the normal blocks of quartz. And I think we will need about 25 of these, but we will start with 20 and go from there. So again, these will just be placed adjacent to those logs, just like that, and we will do that on all 4 sides. Actually, we're going to need a lot more than 25 even, but we should have a lot more quartz essence over at our mystical agriculture farm. And this right here, we're actually going to terraform right around that grass, just so that quartz pillar isn't connected. Alright, we have 30 more of these pillar walls now. We should be able to finish this all up. And then at the top of all of these quartz pillars, we will place smooth quartz blocks, and then outline the rest of the roof going around with top half slabs. So I think 1 more right there, and I guess we made a few too many of these, but we can do something with these extra ones, maybe a nice fence somewhere, I don't know. We will find a use for them eventually. But with the rest of these, again, we can smelt those into smooth quartz blocks, and while those smelt, we can work on our yellow, oh wait, no, never mind, we already have our yellow wool. So I guess we don't need to worry about that. And then, lastly, we need our purple glass. So let's grab our glass blocks out of the furnace over there. I'm amazed we're still doing really good on power. I feel like we've been using quite a bit. Must be a very windy day today. So we can make a bunch of purple glass now. We'll probably just go with a stack. That should be more than enough for us. And right as we did that, those smooth quartz blocks have finished up. I think we will just go ahead and craft all of those into slabs, since we can place the slabs as blocks. And we can just hop right up here. Well, we can't on that because that is a wall, but we can hop up there and get to work with all of these slabs. So again, these are just going to outline the entire build, starting with on top of those pillars, and then we will place these slabs in between them, going all the way around just like this. And of course, we are just going to be a handful short, but that is not a problem. So we need 4 more, it looks like. It does have me thinking, though, that we might need a little bit more yellow wool, but I guess we can figure that out when we get there. Do we not have a stone cutter down here? Do we have one in our inventory? We do. Perfect. We don't need to craft any more smooth quartz. We have just the right amount already. And we will just fill in the rest of the roof outline. There we go. On top of all of the smooth quartz now, we are doing yellow wool slabs, and in the middle of those long sections, we are doing a full block. Just like that. On top of the full block, we are then going to have yellow stairs, and then we will have 1 more set of stairs right on top of those, or I guess diagonal. So that will look like this. From the second stair that we placed, we are going to have a bunch more slabs that stick out on each side, and these will connect diagonally going across, just so we can sort of frame out the window and make it look a bit more realistic. But the rest of this will probably be easier if we begin to place in our glass. So again, we are just tracing that pattern going all the way around, and we are placing 2 blocks underneath these slabs right here. And then in between here, we will go in diagonally, just like that, by 1 row. That will make it a little bit easier for the next step, which is to place slabs on top of those blocks, just like that. So that is the first row of glass, and then we will have another row right above that. Again, diagonals like this, and then these will all connect going across just like that. It's a little bit hard to see with the daylight. Once we are all finished, we will fly up with our jetpack and get a really nice look at this. But we obviously need a bit more yellow slabs, and we are probably going to need a bit more glass than I previously anticipated. So I'm gonna go grab all of those materials. We will get the roof finished up, and then we will have a pretty much finished build. So I will see all of you right back here very shortly. Alright, so all of the glass is into place. Here at the very top, we are just doing a solid layer of our yellow wool slabs and finishing it off with a small pillar. I technically want 1 more slab on there, but I think since we are, well, we're actually too short because I wrecked that one to make it easier to get up here. So I'm gonna go make a couple more slabs, and then we will have a finished build. We do need to get a door on this. That was the one thing I did not find a material for in the creative test, so we need to figure out what we want to do with that. But other than that, there we have it. There is our finished build. Let's go ahead and clear away some of these blocks so we can get a better view of this. I think it fits into our world quite nicely. In fact, we can go ahead and fly up and get a really good view of it from up top. I think it just fits in perfectly on the island right here, especially with all of our Ars Nouveau items over there. So let's figure out what door we want, and then we need to go find a diamond so that we can build our enchantment table and call this complete. But on the inside, as you can see, we get plenty of natural light pouring in, and I think it looks fantastic. So we are going to want to go with some kind of yellow door. So let's see what our options for that are. Of course, we could always do bamboo, but that has a bit more of a muted yellow. I think a more vibrant yellow would be a little bit better, but I'm not really seeing anything that jumps out at me. So maybe we will stick with a bamboo. We could do a yellow glass door, but that is a little bit plain. Or how about the arcane Edelwood door? I don't think we have what we need. We could make an Arum door though. We do have plenty of Arum planks, so let's go ahead and do that. Plus, I think the texture will kind of shift, similar to how our floor in here has a sort of pulse to it. The color changes very slowly, and it's very subtle, but it is a nice touch. Let's see if the door does the same thing. We will place it from the inside. It doesn't look like it, but I think it does still match the overall aesthetic of our build. So again, all that we have left are 15 or 16 bookshelves and 1 enchantment table. The bookshelves should not be that difficult for us to craft, considering how much sugarcane we have, although I don't know how much leather we have. Well, there's 21. That will get us a little bit of the way there. It's a start at least, and we got an advancement, local librarian, and we also got a quest. Let's scroll through and find that. Apotheosis enchanting, I'm assuming. Yes, and look at that. That will give us 9 books. How amazing is that? And it looks like we just hit the check mark on that, and we can get all kinds of stuff in here, including blaze powder. That is very valuable to us. And it looks like we have something, oh, lots of stuff in Botania. This was from last episode when we were going through and clearing the island of all of the excess vegetation. We got a bunch of random flowers. Other than that, I think we are all caught up on our quest line. So let's make a few more bookcases here since we can. Oh, actually, we ran out of wood, not books, so we may have enough, although we don't want to make birch we want to craft a little bit more oak wood here. Oh, I guess we have a lot of books. So that will give us 16. There we go. So we have enough bookshelves to place all of these down, and we can go ahead and do that real quick. So this is the center right here, which means we will have our bookshelves surrounding. Now, of course, right here, it's a little bit, you know, we can't really fit through there, but I think that is an okay sacrifice for the way that those windows look. So there's all 16 of our bookshelves. We just need 1 diamond, and then we will have all that we need to make our enchantment table. So why don't we hop down into the cave? I think, do we have, well, we have a ancient city. I suppose we could try to find a diamond down there, but I think we will opt for our cave, because now that we have our jetpack, I know that we've been down here before, but we can go way down where all of the dangers of the caves are and find a diamond pretty quickly. So we will just hover our way down here. Of course, we have 2 jetpacks. Each one serves its own purpose. We have a lot of speed from the iron jetpack, but it definitely is a lot slower, or it uses fuel a lot faster, whereas the mechanism jetpack is slower. Are those diamonds? I think that is silver or lead or prosperity. This one's a lot slower, but it uses a lot less fuel. In fact, we can see that down in the bottom left. So we just need 1 diamond ore. It shouldn't be that difficult to find. And I think we'll go ahead and turn on our other jetpack as well, just while we fly around trying to find a single diamond ore. I see all kinds of prosperity ore all over the place. We need a night vision. Actually, we do have a diamond sight potion if we are ready to use that, but I don't know if we are quite there. That is a very valuable potion, and I want to be fully committed when it is time to use that. But I am not seeing any diamonds anywhere. And I turned off our other jetpack because we are down to 71,000. I did not think this would be so difficult. Oh, wait. Are those diamonds? Nope, prosperity ore. Now, don't get me wrong, the prosperity ore is very helpful to us. Uh-oh. Alright, I don't know what that was, but that really startled me. The prosperity ore is very helpful to us, just not right now. We need to get diamond essence. I really don't know what that was. The caption indicated some kind of skeleton, perhaps? Maybe that one that is actively chasing us, it seems like. But I think we might just try our luck in the ancient city. I mean, we technically do have 4 strikes, or how about that? Finally, some diamonds up here on the ceiling. And of course, we got the advancement that we've already completed. I still don't know why all of our advancements reset. But again, the quest line is what matters. So let's find our way out of here, and we can go home and make our enchantment table, as well as get our jetpack into the generator. So let's get our enchantment table crafted here with our 2 diamonds. I don't know what the charoite is, if I'm saying that correctly. We probably should have looked to see if that would have been any easier. But nonetheless, the secrets of enchanting, we can place down our enchantment table, and there we go. We now have that available to us. So we have all of these different, we're going to close the door just to be safe. We have all of these different extra levels, but we will take a look at that in a future episode. For now, if you enjoyed today's episode, definitely hit that thumbs up button and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on daily content as soon as I publish it. I really hope you enjoyed this build. It's definitely a new area for us, building with all of these unique blocks, and it is quite fun. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you do as well. Check the description for some more important information, links, how to contact me, all of that good stuff. And with all of that being said, comment, like, subscribe, remember to stay optimistic, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye!